How y'all doing, y'all? I really gotta get this live off my phone because this Instagram is everywhere, y'all. I'm trying to get it organized so people can see everything. There we go. But anytime the phone ring, the cell phone rings. So like for those people who have a business, make sure you don't have your office phone connected to your cell phone like I do. Oh, excuse me. All right, I am the real Elisa Applewhite, your CEO three times. Let's get to it. Excuse me, something went down the wrong pipe. Episode number 50. I'm so excited about this episode, y'all. I'm so excited about this episode because this means I have been going live for at least 15 minutes a day for 50 days, right? So 50 days, 50 more to come. All right, so how to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy, questions and answers with your CEO three times, Elisa Applewhite. Awesome. So I'm so excited because again, this is day number 50, and that means we've been doing it right. And I'm hoping I'm giving you information that is taking your business or your life to the next level. All right. So we skipped that question. Let's go this question first. So why do I go live Monday through Friday? Well, I go live Monday through Friday because I have so many people that ask me questions. They DM me, they text me, they call me, right? They message me, they email me, asking me different questions about life, about business, and about healthcare staffing. And I like to give people my undivided attention. I like to, when people ask me questions, I want to give them an answer that can potentially change the projection in their lives or in their businesses. And I found myself unable to do that. So I made this segment where I will answer any question that you have, depending on the appropriateness of the question. Um, I will answer any question that you have. So I can give you three reasons. I give you three reasons on why I feel like that this might help in that question, right? So that is why I go live Monday through Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, we actually have recording, so definitely tap in. It's still at 12 o'clock. You will always be educated at 12 o'clock. You will always be educated on all platforms by Lisa at 12 o'clock. I think we're even on Twitter, right? Yep, we even on Twitter, y'all. All right, so let's get it. Here and here. So why we skipping too fast? Because you know why? It's episode 50. This is episode 50, y'all. This 50 lives. That's why we skipping so fast. So why do they call me CEO three times? And it's simple, y'all. I have three companies, right? So we have three companies, me and my husband. The first one we have is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. That is our company that staff our medical professionals in hospitals, nursing homes, and doctors' offices. Then we have TOTLHS Heart of Gold Inc. That is our nonprofit. So that helps our medical professionals with like rental assistance, mortgage assistance, education assistance, financial literacy education, right? So that's our baby. We're trying to grow it as big as possible, and it also houses the Heart of Gold Gala, which every year we have for our medical professionals to celebrate them. All right, so company number three is the real Elisa Applewhite Consulting, and that is what has been brought into you by the questions and answers for today. We don't only do that in a consulting agency, we also consult everyday people on how to become healthcare staffing owners. We target healthcare staffing owners and help them to get more clients. We target hospitals and teach them on how to retain their staff. And then we target other healthcare medical professionals to teach them how to be the best medical professional they can be. Right? Our goal is to educate people that healthcare is a choice, right? You don't have to get into this industry if you don't want to. So if you're going to be here, let's be compassionate. All right. So episode number 50. Episode 50, y'all. I can't believe it. I've been going live for 50 days. So y'all know what I've been doing my life for 50 days. At minimum, y'all know I've been live for 50 days. All right, so how to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy is the question. I love these questions, y'all. It's really like, it's challenging me. Is it? Is it really? Yeah, it's challenging me. All right. So it's challenging me to really think. So how to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy. The first thing you want to do is research and analysis, right? So you want to research the healthcare staffing industry. You never want to get into any industry without doing the research, right? And research can conclude of, hold a minute, I didn't put on the clock. It's on now. So, research can consist of looking to see how much you can generate in that market, looking to see how much of a need is in that market, looking to see who you can staff in that market, like your niche. Is it going to be CNAs, LPNs, RNs? Looking to see what type of facilities you want to staff. Do you want to staff hospitals? Do you want to staff nursing homes? Right? Analysis is breaking it down. What can you benefit? What can that market benefit from you being in there, right? So, how much percentage people quit in this market? How much percentage is there turnover and jobs in this market, right? And it's just not for quitting. It could just be turnover from people relocating, turnover for people going to different specialties, turnover for people they're retiring, right? So you want to get your analysis right. How much great research is how many patients fall in these facilities, right? That's a great research because that's a good mark to know that if you're targeting a specific facility, that you definitely know their challenges, their pain points, their problems. And falls are problems in medical facilities. Bed sores are problems in medical facilities. So this could be a great way to look and see, okay, what facilities have the largest amount of bed sores? What facilities have the largest amount of falls? And this can work with your pitch because now you are going to staff them the medical professional they need to decrease that percentage, right? And you can also track it, right? That can be a great way to get a client. If you know the research of the client, right? You got to imagine this, right? You as a person, somebody walks up to you and say, you know what, I can change your life. And you like, okay, number one, who are you? Number two, I don't know if I want to trust you with my life. And number three, why should I trust you with my life, right? Because number one, it's just a random person walking up to you. You don't know if you got to give them identity stuff like your ID, your social, stuff like that. It can change it. And it's the same thing with the healthcare staffing agency, right? Even if you are establishing it from scratch, like great history is if you're a medical professional, right? Great fit for you to be a healthcare staffing agency because you know the pinpoints and pain points of the things that you can do in a facility to improve it. If you are not a healthcare staffing owner, right, you know a medical professional that can help you pinpoint, hey, this is the pains that we have, charting pains, people not showing up pains, call out pains, right, low pay pains. So you got to do your research to figure out what is the pain point in the industry that you're going into, to make sure that you are definitely targeting that industry and you're targeting it from a research point and you have a strategy, right? So it says how to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy. In order to have a strategy to last in healthcare staffing industry for a very long time, you have to know your research and your analysis. All right, so number two, building a strong network. This is so important, right? So many people don't understand that relationships determine your success in any industry. But in the healthcare staffing industry, this can make or break your healthcare staffing business, right? So you have to get known. You have to be known. If that means that you have to go do some footwork, go do some footwork. If you have to go in person, go be in person. If you have to call all the time, call all the time. If you have to email all the time, email, right? However you need to connect with people to build relationships. This determines if your business is going to stay afloat or is it going to excel and hit the 7 figures, or if you're just going to be mediocre and just surviving off of one client, right? Building a strong network is very important. It's not only important with your clients, but it is also important with your employees, right? You should build a relationship with your employees where you have some type of open, honest policy where they can come to you without any reprimand and honestly tell you what they think needs to be changed in your type of business, right? Or, hey, this is what I see in this facility. This is what I think needs improvement, right? So definitely Make sure you are building this strong network with your employees as well. Because one thing I know for sure is when I built the relationship with my employees and I built the relationship with my clients, now I'm in the middle of it, but I have no, like, if something happened between the employee and the client, I keep it neutral because I'm building a relationship with both of them. So it's like if my mom and dad are arguing, I'm keeping it neutral because that's my mom and that's my dad, right? But the great thing about building that relationship is that you're listening to them. And when you listen to people, if you just go up to somebody and say, hey, I just want to listen to whatever you got going on today and watch how you change their lives, right? People like, what? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say anything. Just tell me what's going on with you, right? People want you to listen to them. And this is the biggest thing that I say about healthcare staffing or any industry. We have to remember that these are people that we're talking to, right? These clients are nothing but people like me, people like you, and you cannot overrate this at all. This is everyday people that you can walk into at a grocery store or a gas station or a Chick-fil-A. Like, these are everyday people you can walk into. So definitely make sure you're building a strong network. And one of the tips that you can do to build a strong network is go to conferences, right? If you're in the healthcare staffing if you're in the healthcare staffing industry, make sure you just Google healthcare staffing conferences. Attend the conferences. There's local conferences in your area. There's state conferences in your area. There's national conferences all year long, right? You want to infuse yourself in that world. If you're truly in the industry and you want to be there long term, you infuse yourself in that world. You have the conversations. You meet people. One of on, that networking event I'm going to, but I make sure I force myself to go ahead and meet people. Now, everybody's not sociable like me. So a trick that you can do is bring somebody that is sociable and say, look, I want to meet that person. This is my target. Like, I always have one main target when I'm going into some type of conference or some type of event, right? This is my main target and this is who I want to target. And I need you to help me to get in the room, right? They can't always introduce the conversation and say, hey, this is Elisa, Grant, you need to meet her, right? So that's for people who are not like me. I'll approach anybody because at the end of the day, like I always say to people, is I need to be nice to you. I need to be kind to you. And the reason why is because at any minute, if you have a heart attack or stroke or you pass out, I will have to potentially pull off your clothes to do CPR. So we need to get as comfortable as possible, as quick as possible. And that's the mindset that I've carried all my life, all my nursing life as well. And I'm glad that I had that mindset because it makes me realize that people are people. I don't care how much money they make. I don't care how poor they are. People are people. So I don't mind approaching people. So make sure you're building those strong networks. All right. So number 2, understand the client needs. This is so important, right? You cannot have a healthcare staffing strategy, right? So how to I always try to read the question again. How to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy, and that is understanding the client needs, right? You have to understand what this client needs. You cannot say, hey, look, I want to staff your facility and all we staff is respiratory therapists, and this facility does not staff respiratory therapists at all, right? I want to staff your facility and all I have is CNAs, but then you in a rehab that don't staff CNAs at all, right? So you got to understand your client needs. And you say, Lisa, how can I understand my client needs? There's several researches that you can do to see how much your client needs, right? You're targeting your client based on what they need in that area, right? And you can, if you already know the client that you want to target, you can call the facility and ask them their needs, right? You can call the facility and ask them their needs. Sometimes some facilities are very gracious with giving it to you. Sometimes they're not, right? But you got to hang up and connect to that person that's gracious to say, hey, do y'all need CNAs or do y'all need LPNs? Tell me what shift calls out the most, right? So you want to know that when you say shift, so you telling me you need medical professionals more on day shift, medical professionals more on second shift. medical professionals more night shift, right? You want to call to get the needs. People don't mind telling you their needs, right? Because they don't have to sign a contract. They just giving out information. They're not going to give out information like, oh, Miss Sally Sue be falling every 5 minutes. No, they're not going to give that. And you don't need that anyway. You just need to know, okay, how many people fall on your night shift? How many people have bed sores on your night shift? How many patients totally in your building do you have wounds, right? This is things that you can do to understand your client needs. When your client feels like you understand them, then they are more likely to hire you, your company, and do a contract with your company for business because you so much stuff. But she was very honest with me. And I said to her, what is your budget? What is the monthly budget that you are willing to spend on healthcare, on our healthcare staffing industry? And when she told me that budget, I said, okay. So I went back. I said, let me write all this down. I'm going to bring it back to you. I called her back. This is the relationship we have with our clients. I said, look, based on your budget, this is the client you need. And I think what we need to do is target this shift with this amount of clients that will keep you in your budget. And our goal is always to keep you under your budget. So the patients are getting exactly what they need, and that we're not throwing you out of business because we're charging expensive rates, right? So every healthcare staffing agency is different. I am way different. I am for the client and for the patients, and I'm for my employees, right? We all got to win in this circle because all our goals is to take care of patients at the end of the day. And if that is not your goal in the healthcare staffing industry, what did I say? Run for the hills, because you don't need to be in this industry. All right, so let's get to it. So all right, we got 3 minutes. How to create a successful healthcare staffing strategy. Number 1, research and analysis. Number 2, building a strong network. And I talked about that. And number 3, understanding the client's needs. All right, y'all. So definitely, I want you to make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube channel. I am targeting 50 more people today on all social media platforms. So look in your inbox. It's going to be me. Thank you so much. Just in that little bit of time that I advertised it, I believe we went up 30 subscribers. So I'm just so excited. I'm telling you, this is my goal till Sunday to get up to 500 subscribers. And I am going to get it. That is my target. That's my goal. And when I hone in on the target, it's done. So make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. The Real Elisa Applewhite. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I need 500 subscribers. So go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And make sure you are going to my Facebook page. And this is the business page, y'all. And you're liking the page, right? I have over 700 friends in Facebook. So guess what? I'll be busy this weekend, but make sure you go ahead and you like this page. All right, family. As always, I like ending this saying that, I absolutely love you. It's Friday. This episode number 50. We done went live 50 times. We in the building, y'all. We done went live 50 times. I'm so excited. All right. So this is episode number 50. There is 50 more to come. Plus, I'm going to continue to do this. This is the end of the weekend. It's Friday. Look for Saturday and Sunday for the same videos coming out at 12 o'clock to educate you and take your business to the next level. As always, I always say to you, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you so much for allowing, God has allowed you to live another day and you decided to spend it with me for this 15 minutes. I just want to say that I love you, right? Don't even know some of you out here, but I absolutely love you. And I'm so glad that you are breathing. But the way God loves you is so hard to imagine, right? Because again, I have a hard time imagining how much he loves me. So the way God loves you is so hard to imagine, and y'all really need to take advantage of that. All right, so go out, be your best self. You are breathing as of this moment. So make sure that you get everything done that you set to get done. Bye-bye, family. I will definitely see you on Monday for sure. Let's get it. Where are we? You're here. Healthcare is affected by everything, right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues, and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you, or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse, or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? It's how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals, and again, hospitals, on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed.